Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations on winning game one for the New York Knicks. Yeah. Yeah. That was a hell of a game. People out there got a lot of strong opinions. I mean, people are debating. The great debate is whether the Knicks won. Like, is the real story the Knicks making an amazing comeback, or is it the Cavaliers collapsing? Yeah, the Believeland Cavaliers. The game they had the game they had like a 20 point lead, 22 point lead the game in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes left, and the Knicks came back and put belt to backside and came away with the win. Pause. Yes. Now it's only game one. I'm not no prisoner of the moment. Not one of those guys. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but I'm not no I'm not no no I'm not no I'm not the type of person who gets too gassed very easily. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm watchfully I'm patiently watching. You know what I mean? Seeing, because game two could be a completely different story. Who knows? You know what I mean? I'm not one of those dudes that go guarantee. I'm not guaranteeing you nothing. But what I can tell you is the Knicks look good. Yeah, no, they didn't look good for the first couple of quarters. Yes, that they was rusty. They was rusty. I'm like that too. Whenever I do a show, after I ain't do a show in a few months, like I be a little bit rusty. Like my wind don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like my stamina would be questionable. Like if it's a tour, the second show I'm a little better. By the third show, I'm God. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I need to work on. Till this day, I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Still need to work on. Especially when it's my solo shows. Like those, yeah. But yeah, they was rusty. They was rusty, and the Cavs were tired. So yeah, I could see, you know what I'm saying? I could see how in the beginning, well, towards the end, the Knicks started finding they rhythm, and the Cavs started running out of steam, and things went bad for the Cavs. Said the Knicks were picking on James Harden, bullying him even. Stephen A. Smith said he wouldn't mind if the police went to Jalen's crib or wherever he at and arrest him for assault because he did amazing things at the expense of James Harden in the end of the game. But that's the only part of what I want to talk about. That's just I'm a New York. I'm from New York. I'm a Knicks fan, so I gotta show them love. Salute to James in the building. Killer Dogs in the building. East New York with the Brunson burner. Yes, right. So yeah, remains to be seen. Rico Shine, salute to you. But on the more serious business, I don't even know if you can consider this serious business right here. Rick Ross. Sorry. Why you being a prick, Rick? Like, are we truly past new album coming out? I got a new book dropping next Wednesday or whatever. Are we that's just out. That don't work no more. We gotta go to dissing people mothers, dissing randoms, stirring up old confusion with dudes who ain't thinking, just making false threats, talking about you going slap somebody when dudes punched on you and your people's when y'all ran into the situation in Canada, we all know about it. You wasn't all that anxious to get active. So we know, not we don't know nothing, but we don't. Nobody believes that you're gonna take it there. So you're saying these things. You done went from talking about somebody moms. No, you done went from talking about somebody brother who ain't have nothing to do with nothing. The dude who the brother is didn't even disrespect. I've been combing through this, not combing through, but I've been seeing a lot of the footage and stuff to what led up to this. Maul ain't even diss Rick Ross. Not that I didn't even hear that. He might have voiced up, like he might have said, "Well, you see what the play is. He's the blah 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 blah, the promotion." But he didn't. He didn't even diss him. Not from what I saw. It was Rory who was really calling it clown behavior, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if he used the terms, clown behavior, but he was going hard, of course. Maul was more like, you see what it is. You already know what it is. That's how niggas do it now. Blah 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 blah. And the one who was trying to shoot you some bail, you diss his brother because another nigga smoked you after you started. Nigga called you the Frank Stan inspector. You know what I mean? And you got all in your feelings and ran right to the internet. You ain't figure out who was who. You just attacked Maul brother, who happens to be a respected, I don't know, I want to say celebrity, but just a respected figure in the hip hop culture. Because he's not really a celebrity. He don't do the cameras and all that. He don't do none of this, none of the clown show. And you just jump on his back because he's somebody respected, because that's supposed to makes you seem what? What really? What does it make you seem? Does it make you seem tough? Because so anyway, you get a call and you fake retract that. You ain't really say nothing. You just like, I'm gonna leave it at that. And then attack the man, same nigga who you said, all right, I'm not gonna talk about you. You got somebody that love you. I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about your mother. Crazy work, right? So I don't know. See, I'm pretty sure you're getting a lot of backlash behind that, and maybe you don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes seem, a lot of y'all seem like y'all don't care about the backlash and all that, but I don't know. Who knows what niggas go through? When they alone in their room, sometimes they stare at the wall. You know what I'm saying? But you jump from that, and then you go back you go on the Joe and Jada show, and just opportunity to jump on to disrespectionize G Unit, Uncle Murder, so on and so forth. And I don't know. I mean, like, I guess that's better. I guess. You know what I'm saying? But in the process of doing that, you say you're gonna do things that really, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody believes that. I mean, DJ XL, what it is? What's the flavor, bro? Nobody believes that right there. And my problem is, it's not my problem, but my opinion is, it don't make you look, you achieving the opposite response or reaction or emotion. Or maybe all you really want is the promo. Maybe you think that's helping your promo and all of that. But all I'm you need to think these things through before you say them. I feel like that's important because at some point it's going to start costing you money. You're going to say something good and stupid, and your sponsors is going to be like, nah. But either way, it's childish. B. You the boss. Respectfully, you you the boss running around talking about niggas' mothers. You talk about niggas' mothers. You doing talking. Come on, B. Niggas' mothers. So it's wild business. Like this, I don't know how this ends, right? But it don't look good. How about we just go back to new book dropping, new album dropping next Tuesday, this, that, and the third. Sup, VA 8196. How you doing? I see you. Yeah, but I don't know how this ends, B. But I don't like it. I left my I don't like it button on in the other. I don't like it. It's yeah. It's corny. It's childish. It's not gangster. It's not. It's none of that. Word up. Like if it literally feels like it feels like you're flailing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say something about you. If it land like Zip. Ever since Zip with the drip said what he said to you, you been tripping. Everything before that, you was good. You was right in your Rick Ross bag. We all expected that from you. I mean, you've been joking on Drake for for the past couple of years. Wasn't nobody surprised. The whole culture was talking about his album. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Ever since Zip with the drip brought up the fact that you done that you done inspected more Frank stands. You know what I'm saying? Like that you were a professional Frank stand inspector. You've been you've been at a new level of crash out, and nobody likes it. Nobody. I don't think so. But on the other things, B. I mean, I don't want no. I don't want to do too much on this topic. It's just I'm just stating the obvious right here. You know what I mean? I don't know Rick Ross. Never met him. Rick Ross probably was a fan of the boot camp. I know I was a fan of Rick Ross music. I mean, I am a fan of his music. You know what I'm saying? I think Son is a I think Son is fire as an MC. I'm not. I've been stopped tripping. Like I've been wasn't tripping on the CO thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was more so tripping on the fact that he lied about the CO thing. Cause like you could have been like, listen, nigga, I was yeah, but guess what I was doing while I was. You could have made songs about that. Everybody know the police corrupt. That's a lane. Ain't nobody filled that lane yet. Anyway, I heard some more of them Drake songs. I heard 3 more Drake songs. Word. Which one was it? High Fives. And I don't like that. It's a goddamn R&B song. No disrespect to R&B songs, but I don't like R&B songs from my rappers. It is what it is. I don't mind a rapper harmonizing, but that's a whole R&B song. You know what I'm saying? Got a nigga pop locking in the video and in the hair salon in the video. I don't like it. Wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no bars. Drake wasn't even in the video. I mean, I guess that's cool. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't, but nah. Second joint I listened to was Ran to Atlanta, featuring Future and Molly Santana. And it's okay at first, like nothing crazy. Like, I spoke earlier on some of his beat, like on most of the songs I was hearing, they all real monotone, nothing aggressive. But this wasn't like it when it comes on, it's not aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's just not aggressive. But it's not all soft. It got a certain energy to it. You know what I mean? But It ain't nothing crazy though. I ain't really like the cadence, but I kind of like what he was saying when he was rapping. I don't really remember it and all of that, but the beat changes in the middle, and then Future, I think Future out rapped him. Am I tripping? Y'all know what song I'm talking about? I think Future out. That's crazy right there. But you know what I'm saying, question is this beat changing? Like, is this like I heard a lot of that when like is this the new thing? Like two beats for one song? Like a lot of this was going on with it when him and Kendrick was beefing. I heard like like Dre and Snoop did it a lot on that missionary project they put out and all of that. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, because a lot of times when the beat switch, it don't switch to a better beat. It just switched to a different beat. Sometimes it switched to a worse beat or not as dope beat. You know, not a worse, but just to it throw it off sometimes. Like you might not have wanted to leave that zone you was in, but anyway, that's what they did, and I don't really know how I feel about the second beat, but I haven't formed a concrete opinion on the second beat, but I know I was feeling the first beat and the energy that was on it. I didn't really like the singing cadence Drake was doing, but the energy was, you know what I'm saying? I like the energy of what he was saying. But then beat changes and you let Future out rap you. I'm like, how you do that? How does one do that? You know what I mean? The Molly chick raps. Molly Santana. She raps. Nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? Nothing offensive. Like, but then Drake raps again and he raps good. You know what I'm saying? He out rapped the girl Molly Santana. He did that. He rapped kind of like normal Drake, and I was like, okay, but the song structure is all over the place. Like it's not. Yeah, I wouldn't play this again. The third song I listened to was called "Bees on the Table" with him and 21 Savage. And first thing I thought, like he start rapping good. I think for like 2 or 4 bars, and then 21 come on with like a hook. So I don't know if him and 21 sound good together ever. Like I didn't buy that. I didn't listen to that whole project that they put out together. I just heard a couple of joints, but I don't know if you got one nigga that's super melodious, this nigga almost sings, and the other nigga sounds like he bored with everything. Like he's like he's bored with the song. Like say, come on, Slum Random Acts with the beat switch was stupid. Come on, B. Why are you bringing up old shit? Salute the Random Acts. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell me that this? You trying to tell me that this was that? You trying to tell me this is that? This is fire like the Random Act switch was? That's what you saying, DJ XL? Go ahead, say it. Type it. I bet you won't. I'm saying, is it the new thing? Like, is this becoming the thing? He said, you asked if the beat switch was new. Now, I know, come on, everybody knows that beats have been, but I'm like, it's, how, like, people used to wear fatigues and Timberlands before boot camp click, right? But when we did it the way we did it, it became the thing. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, people did the beat switch before, but is it now becoming the thing? He said Guilty Simpson is way better than 21 Savage. Oh shit. I have heard some like I have heard 21 Savage a couple of times where I was impressed. But overall that's not my bag. It's not enough complexity in what he do. It's not enough feeling and not enough, technic he's not technically advanced enough for what I for my taste. But then even niggas who are technically advanced, and I don't listen to a lot of stuff. I don't. I'm too busy creating. You know what I mean? You got to be something really kind of special, or you got to be like somebody that made it onto my radar at a certain era of my life when I enjoyed. Like they say that certain music, like the music that you listen to from a at a certain, I don't remember what the age is, but I think they say like the college age or whatever is like the music. I've heard it being said that the music that you bond with in that period of time, you bonded with that for the rest of your life. Like that becomes that deal, and nothing and everything after that, it never really compared. So not so much for me like those artists from a certain era, from a certain period, like they kind of burnt themselves into my DNA. Pause, and like I'll always check for they stuff. You know what I mean? To make it on my automatic radar, like my for real radar, you gotta be super special. You know what I'm saying? And the only people who've done that in the past few years is the Griselda boys and Griselda and 38 Special. You know what I mean? I had a rediscovering of Casual from Hieroglyphics. Now anything he play, I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like even though he's not new, but I wasn't like I rock with the Hieroglyphics back in the days. Just not. I wasn't an advocate. You know what I'm saying? Like excuse me. Like I still couldn't tell all of the voices apart from Souls of Mischief. Like they got on the song. I didn't really know who was who. I just knew they was all fire, right? But as of recently, the past few years or whatever, Casual is extremely problematic. And I'll stop what I'm doing to listen to what he doing, what he talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been in here 22, 23 minutes and all that. Right, Chris, right? He is. He dumb nice. Rock Marciano birthed this era period. No, he didn't. Salute to him, though. Sean Price did. Ask him. Ask Rock Marciano. Anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you want to be a taxpayer citizen in the nation, leave us a super thanks, super chat, give us hype points. All of that stuff matters. While I'm here, everybody hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit it right quick before I leave. Pause. Now I'm out. Pause. Goodness gracious, I'm out. Don't nobody clip this up and make it go. Don't do that. Rock on, rock on.